Tell you something, number one thing, even though I got friends in the FBI, I can guarantee you this. From what I have as far as intel, they know they already been infiltrated. Simple as that. Okay? What we finna get into, a lot of y'all minds aren't gonna be ready for. You're really not gonna be ready for it. Reptilians, let's talk about it. Yeah, they're here. They gave Eisenhower and them a bad deal, gave them a shitty deal, gave them the technology. Now, where the problem comes in is people not understanding that they're walking amongst us and are able to do this through a switch. A lot of people who have been abducted have had the experience where the grays came and they stuck something behind their eye, whether it be your left or your right eye. A lot of people remember the extreme pain behind them placing this object behind your eye. This was a part of the switch, which is meant and is designed to keep them cloaked. Get what I'm saying? So actually it started with us. Some of us have a power so heavy that even with them applying that switch, their technology is no match for what God has in us spiritually and mentally. Get what I'm saying? Now, number one thing is if the FBI or the CIA is viewing this video right now, we're not here to cause any problems as far as harm, no type of criminal activities, no bombing, no none of that bullshit. He went about it the wrong way. He don't know we had a power in us. He thought that he knew everything. A young brother in Nashville, Tennessee that we talking about that did that Nashville, Tennessee bombing. Yes, we know that the reptilians of the grays are behind the mud floods, the mudslides, all the catastrophes, 9/11, all the bullshit, the holograms, the planes that look like planes that weren't planes. We seen what happened with the video with what happened with the Pentagon, right? Something that looked like a projectile flew across. It wasn't even a plane. That clip, they try to wipe it offline everywhere. Or when they attacked the Pentagon. See, it's either get down or lay down with them. That's what you're not really understanding again. Is get down or lay down with them. I need you to understand that part. Alright? So when they go through all of this bullshit to wipe everything out in the news, ain't no plane hit the Pentagon, but it was a projectile and it looks supernatural in sense and hence. Get what I'm saying? This world is full of mysteries and y'all gonna get to know a lot of it because we're not gonna play with them no more. People ask me, are you scared to do this or do that? Why would I be scared under the God that's the most powerful overall? They turned their fucking backs on God. And now they're hell-bent on getting us to do the same. They're holding control. They're actually harvesting these children, women, and men alike. Harvesting the DNA. These are fucking snakes we talking about. They gotta have us alive when they eat us versus these, the ones on their belly crawling around. They can eat anything. Get what I'm saying? We walking with upright walking beings in this world who display themselves as human. They portray being human. They cause catastrophes and mass genocide all over the world. The wars, the famine, so on and so on and so on and so on. They get the pleasure out of feeling our pain. That's the whole point of them here, is eating the energy. Eating, feasting on us. Whether it be physically feasting on us off our bodies, or whether it be mentally. Get what I'm saying? Spiritually. We have something that they don't have. We have something that God took from them a long time ago, but y'all don't get it, do you? Let's get into it, man. Roll the clips.
The man responsible for the blast, Anthony Warner, mailed a package to someone in Murfreesboro just days before the bombing. That man immediately turned it over to the FBI. Investigative reporter Ben Hall shares exclusive details about what was inside.
This nondescript package was postmarked December 23rd, 2 days before the bombing. It had no return address, but the rambling pages inside left no doubt who it was from. "Hey dude, you will never believe what I found in the park," reads a cover letter to one of Warner's longtime friends. It was signed by Julio, a name Warner's friends say he often used when sending them emails. It continued, "The knowledge I have gained is immeasurable. I now understand everything, and I mean everything, from what we really are to what the known universe really is." The letter urged the friend to watch some internet videos he included on 2 Samsung thumb drives. On another page, Warner wrote about 9/11 conspiracy theories, ending with the statement that the moon landing and 9/11 have so many anomalies they are hard to count. Warner later wrote that September 2011 was supposed to be the end game for the planet, because that's when he says aliens and UFOs began launching attacks on Earth. He believed the media was covering up those attacks. But Warner's writings grow even more bizarre. At one point, he writes to his friend about reptilians and lizard people that he believed control Earth and had tweaked human DNA. Warner wrote, "They put a switch into the human brain so they could walk among us and appear human." Warner's letters cover a variety of bizarre theories, but he never mentions AT&T or anything else that would suggest a specific motive for the Nashville bombing. Now, while News Channel 5 believes summarizing Warner's letters will provide a better understanding into his state of mind, we've made the decision not to publish his letters in their entirety. We're trying to balance shedding light on his mindset prior to the bombing with not giving him unnecessary notoriety. Ben Hall, News Channel 5, investigates.
You peeped the number one thing about this video. What did they say the neighbor did? He thought he had a friend. And you know how Martin said, "Thought you had a friend." You sit right here, handed this information over to this guy, and it's our problem. Big trusting. We even trust so much we're manipulated. When you got to have spiritual discernment behind what you do. He didn't have God with him, man. He went off of anger. And I understand overstand that very well. He went off of anger. He gave the data over to his neighbor. The letters, the thumb drives, with all the videos. Now guess what they go do, the Alphabet gang go do? Go find the videos he talking about, try to go get those videos flagged and taken down with all the information about the reptilians. And I'm pretty sure he had very good information, but I'm guaranteeing you this also, that the information they have, we already have it too. And it's not going no fucking where. Forget it. Now playing the guessing game of which videos he had, that's where the problem come in, but we don't even need that. We got enough sources that we can do this by ourselves now. Shout out to that man and to his family, condolences. Because he didn't know how to control that anger once he found out the truth. That's where the problem come at in war. You gotta have tactics. You gotta know how to flank right. You know how to flank left, right? When you go left, everything goes wrong. You gotta know how to flank right. See what I'm saying? We know for sure what he had in them letters would have devastated every country. Would have devastated people, made people think. They covered it up. Though we get the letters from Trump assassinator attemption, you know what I'm saying, the assailant who tried to assassinate a president, they make sure they read that letter straight out. Like I said, one bird, two wings, same bird. We're dealing with entities that are beyond what we're ever fathoming our mind. Space Force put into place to try to get a hold on these beings. But in all actuality, the way they're going about it is already too fucking late. Just let the ones who have the spiritual vibration that's high enough to get rid of them. That's it. Let the power of God, instead of you trying to do by violence and do by this and that, it's not going to fucking work. It never did. No matter how many of them you hurt, it doesn't matter. They rebuild, regroup, and they come back again. It's about raising the spiritual frequency and the love and the light around us. They cannot stand a high vibrational person because that person kills all the spirit in them. They're built on evil, destruction, controlling, manipulating. So if you have somebody who's solid at the heart, Have God resonating and flowing through their bloodline. They don't want to deal with that. They can't even be around it. It's kind of like for us with carbon monoxide. Or you ever rode behind one of those big 18-wheelers or dump trucks and you just getting all that shit, that smoke blown back into your vents. You trying to get the hell away from it because you can't stand that smell. Same way. Only is times 20, times 30, times 40, and so on with them. They can't stand that vibration. That's why even when you go on TikTok and you speak about the word vibration, since when talking about raising the vibration is a problem, they strike your video. Authenticity or authenticity, whatever the fuck you call it. They say it's not authentic. They say it's no integrity. No, the fucking integrity come in with you guys. The ones out here who don't have integrity. Just like his neighbor didn't have fucking integrity. His neighbor was probably actually one of those beings. He didn't know it. He couldn't see it. Because even though he came into the information that he came into, he still was blind. He still had the scales over his fucking eyes. And that's why I tell you about keeping God first. God is supposed to be your first step, then you the second step. The Holy Spirit is already with you. Problem is you don't see it. First thing you do is let go of that fucking fear. That's the first thing. You want to be in God's kingdom, you let go of your fucking fear. You fight this thing out at all costs. And we don't come in violence. We been came in peace. These fuckers came to us to devour us. Devour in the belly of the beast. You hear that? When you go back over that biblical verse, you hear that. That's one thing they did, leave in there and tell the truth. In the belly of the beast. What do you think that fucking really means? They've been eating us as long as we've been fucking here. And it's so sad to say. Let's keep going with the clips though, man. This updated image is posted on social media by the FBI, shows Anthony Quinn Warner. Federal officials now turn to exploring the monumental task of piecing together the motive behind the Christmas Day explosion that severely damaged dozens of buildings and injured 3 in downtown Nashville, Tennessee, while officials have named 63-year-old Warner as the man behind the mysterious explosion in which he was killed. The motive has remained elusive. Fucking bullshit. Number one thing we know, them letters y'all got. You got them letters, bitch. We know you got them letters and them thumb drives. Now see, don't say it's elusive when you know what he was after.
There is still no motive in the Nashville Christmas bombing, but we do know the suspect's girlfriend warned police way back in August of 2019 that he was building bombs in an RV at his home, the same RV he detonated on Christmas Day. NBC News investigations correspondent Tom Winter here now with all the latest. Tom, after that 2019 warning, police visited Anthony Warner's home. Today they are saying, though, that there was no probable cause to investigate any further. What happened here?
Right. Well, I think there's a couple of things that we want to examine and some questions we want to ask. But first, Allison, I want to get to the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department's chief, who talked about it this afternoon, and hear from him what he said in his own words as far as what happened.
You had the girlfriend's claim he was making a bomb in the RV. You had the attorney's claim that he had the knowledge to do it, and yet that still wasn't enough.
That's not enough. I mean, you have a girlfriend that said that, and really they could say that about me. They could say that I have the ability, that I'm making a bomb, and that I have the ability to do so, but it doesn't give people the right to go inside. But even with that being said, the officers knocked on the door several times. They contacted the attorney. They wanted to get permission to be inside. They had no basis for a search warrant or subpoena. And so based on that, the attorney said he wasn't going to allow that to be done. So the officers couldn't do any more at that point.
So basically, Allison, you have the police chief there saying, look, the officers didn't have any way legally to move forward with the investigation and enter the home based on what they had. And he's technically correct on that. But the questions that come up in the course of this review of these police documents and the statements made by the chief this afternoon, you have to ask the question, one, why were the neighbors not spoken to? They haven't said that they talked to any of the neighbors. It wasn't a situation where you had a a domestic partner, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a spouse making a claim against another. This was a very different situation where you had an attorney who actually represented this man, Anthony Warner, making claims about potential bomb making. So that should have been enough, perhaps, to be able to get probable cause to get a search warrant. Also, there's no indication that they went and looked at his records as far as banking records and credit card records to see if he was purchasing the supplies. So really a couple of key questions here and some gaps that are missing, Allison.
Tom, I know we have to go, but really quickly, where are we in the investigation tonight? Any more on the motive here?
A lot more on the motive tonight. Investigators here, Allison, are starting to circle a number of conspiracy theories that Warner may have believed in, including this idea of lizards, people being lizards, or the reptilian theory. Apparently, this is a theory where there are powerful people in Hollywood and politics that are, in fact, lizards from another planet attempting to take over society and responsible for some of the most tragic events in human history. So that apparently is a thing. It's an unfounded conspiracy theory, but it's something he may have believed in. He also may have gone on alien hunts and camped out in his RV in some undisclosed Tennessee location. So really a number of conspiracy theories that are being looked at here, and just time will tell. Crime scene should be cleared, though, by later this week, Allison.
All right, Tom, thank you so much.
Thanks.
One thing I want y'all to notice right now is how the news station guy says, we don't need to give him no extra notoriety that he doesn't need. The man did. We need to know all the information he knew. What made him go do it? This is the public. This is freedom of speech, right? Freedom of speech. We supposed to know what the fuck happened and why he went off the deep end, right? Same thing if somebody go do something in the school or do something crazy somewhere else amongst the public where there's a large crowd of people, we supposed to fucking know, right? I'll tell you why we don't know, because they know it's like-minded individuals out here. Not people who are willing to do harm, but people who are on the high vibrational, high vibratorial level. Understand what I'm telling you. Who are seeing what's going on, who know the truth for what it is. He went about it the wrong way. He went through the violence way. We're going to get them all the way out of here through the power of God, the strength and the might of God. They don't know this. That's why you think I tell you, they could have been got rid of me a long time ago they could have made me rich before I even opened my eyes. But they're so stupid. They don't even fucking know which one of us are picked and designated by God. That's why you know what we're dealing with is evil. Because they don't know who's designated to do God work. You get what I'm saying? Because if they did, they would have long ago distracted you. Get what I'm saying? They can see a little light resonating off you, but they say, oh, that nigga ain't gonna be nothing. That nigga ain't gonna do this. He ain't gonna do this. He ain't gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? That's how motherfucking pitiful these fuckers are. Because they don't know the strength and the power and the might of God. They don't know who is designated. I'm going to say it again. They don't know who is designated. Whether that clock tick down, you can be all in your teens, clubbing, hopping, and having fun and doing, and then God stop you dead in your motherfucking tracks, dog. And put you on a mission. You better open your fucking eyes up. Why wouldn't they want to tell? Don't give him no notoriety. As if he gonna be a martyr and lead a whole goddamn platoon by himself while he dead. Get what's going on here. They know they real. And I'm going to show you so much video of them being real in the news media. Who's controlling what, who's doing what, who's saying what. I mean, I'm not fucking playing with them, man. God opened doors for us. God closed doors for them. They're jealous of us because of what they don't have that's in us. Y'all better remember. You better remember, after I get finished what I'm doing, I'm finna line their ass up like the best barber from New York. And remember, common sense in the summer doesn't fall for trees nor does it grow one. And who do we keep first all the time? God. Big stuff.